of the constitutional validity of 6A be decided upfront.
Yes.
Once your lordships decide that, then the other matters can be taken up, depending on how your lordships decide.
That 14th is his wedding anniversary, but he will have to come here. I said, no, he will be happy, Madam.
That's right.
Okay. So we keep it on the 14th and then. We have one from Mr. Manish Goswami, Mr. Ankit Yadav, and Mr. Somiran Sharma.
Correct. But so what your lordships can do is, Malas, formulate in the context of all the various issues what the issues should be, Malas, and then we'll argue, Malas, on that basis. That's what I might
decide,
Whereas on the categorization, we have no problems, Malas.
Since all of you have now given your suggestions,
Yeah.
why don't you all sit down together for 15 minutes and give us the agreed issues on the basis of the. For instance, item number, Mr. Sibbal has said, with regard to issue number 3 relating to Article 14, it is suggested that the issue same may be removed in view of issue number 1.
Correct. Because the first,
that's correct. I agree to that. It's encompassing the first issue.
Actually, this categorization.
Put section 6A. All challenges to section 6A will be under one head.
correct, correct.
So those are all grounds on which we are challenged. Whether
That's correct.
Whether 6A is valid or not, Malas, that's the only issue.
One issue that we had tracked, my lord, appearing for the All Assam Students Union, which was a signatory to the historic Assam Accord, which brought in 6A for restoration of water. My lord, we had made a suggestion based on the reference order of 17 December 2014 that the primary issue should be that whether 6A constitutional validity should be actually, my lord, gone into at least, and what would be the repercussions and consequences, which is a question that has been formulated by the learned AG. We are only requesting for it to be treated as the preliminary issue.
We'll consider it after.
No, this is not the only issue. There are other issues, my lord.
That's all right.
Yes.
That is my
They
suggestion.
are trying to express their perspective.
That the issue of the
Perspective is not
constitutional
the end of the
validity
world.
of 6A be decided upfront.
Yes.
Once your lordships decide that, then the other matters can be taken up, depending on how your lordships decide.
Issue, my lord, would be, would your lordships, my lord, in a writ jurisdiction go into the question, which is the subject matter of something which happened, my lord, before 40 years. So the question of delay is also one of the essential.
That's a matter of submission. Really.
Correct,
That's a
correct.
matter of submission.
My lord,
We'll
that,
do of
that
course,
aspect has already been gone into by the reference judgment, my lord. Regarding delay in approaching, that aspect has already been taken care of. Only thing is, in view of some right which is being enjoyed by this category of people, when it comes to molding of relief, what could be the approach? That is perhaps what was
now is
indicated
this.
in the reference judgment.
We have draft issues.
One second, my lord, let my lord, the Chief Justice.
We have the draft issues before us, which have been prepared by the learned AG. So the first issue there is the validity of section 6A.
That's right.
So we will decide the issue of 6A first.
Correct.
So that we can say that initially we'll frame the following issue for submissions, namely whether section 6A of the Citizenship Act 1955, it says it violates articles 14, 21 and 29(1) and offends 5 to 10, 11, 325, 326 and 355. The first two issues I think are.
Correct, correct. Anything else will arise after that. So let's first decide that, then your lordships can decide what to do thereafter.
Two also, my lord, can be merged. Some additional articles are mentioned.
It can be common also.
So what we can say is whether 6A of the Citizenship Act 1955 is ultra vires, we can say, or suffers from any constitutional infirmity.
That's
Yes.
correct. That's correct.
Right,
That's
so we'll
correct.
say that,
Another.
and then second, so that covers 1 and 2.
Yes,
3 is also subsumed.
yes.
Now 4 is the statutory ultra vires. It says whether 6A violates the fundamental basis of 5(1) proviso and 5(2) of the Citizenship Act. So do we
Malas, 4 doesn't really come into the picture because it talks of East Pakistan, Malas, and it talks about Bangladesh. Those reciprocity, that's fully irrelevant. There was no question of reciprocity either from Bangladesh.
So what presently we will do is, we will frame.
So this should be dropped, Malas. This should be dropped.
My lord,
Presently, just say 1 second. Presently, the following issue is framed for primary determination for the Constitution Bench, whether section 6A of the Citizenship Act 1955 suffers from any constitutional infirmity.
That's fine.
That covers.
Perfect.
That will be all comprehensive.
Or violates any statute, because issue number 4,
All those.
My lord, issue number 4 is the very relevant, my lord. With great respect, I'll submit. Because when we
So what we'll do is, we have framed that primarily as the issue which we are going to discuss.
broad issues, my lord.
This does not prevent us, once you start opening the
Correct.
matter, we'll frame something more.
Correct, correct.
You know,
Would your
it's not
lordship-
like a civil suit that, then.
Our lordship may keep one residuary issue, my lord, where we can all bring.
My lord, would your lordship see issue 9, my lord? for
9,
Kind consideration, my lord? 8 and 9, my lord. 8 would be, my lord, part of an argument, but still kindly see whether the Assam Accord, a memorandum of settlement between Union of India, the state of Assam, all Assam student unions, and all Assam Gana Sangram Parishad arrive at for resolving a long pending issue, being a political settlement and a matter of great policy importance, can at all be judicially reviewed at this stage, as courts will decline to enter into political thicket and annual matters of such magnitude and with immense consequences.
But that's an argument in support of upholding 6A.
I agree.
This was
Nine,
an argument, it can't be an issue, my lord.
Can't be an issue.
9, only a minute. 9, whether delay is a factor that can be taken into account in fashioning reliefs in a petition filed under 30.
therefore, Mr. Solicitor, we take it that your submission is that 6A is valid.
Yes.
Additionally, of course, it's not constitutionally ultra vires, but it is valid also for the reason that when the government has enacted a statute to give effect to an accord and consistent with the delay, therefore this provision should be upheld. That's your
That's correct.
So this is really an additional argument in support of your submission that 6A is valid. So we can argue that when
Because union has been supporting, the 6.
Yes, yes, my lord, we are not.
For 9 also.
Supporting.
Likewise for 9 also, Mr. Solicitor, your 9 is subsumed. So we are not stopping you from arguing that. You can certainly argue that.
Please, sir. My lord, accordingly adjust, my lord.
What will
bifurcate the
be,
issue.
no, what will be your stand, opposing your petitioner or respondent?
So when, at what
Yes,
point will
supporting.
you argue? The petitioners will argue first.
Yes, my lord.
Then should we ask the other respondents to
So, my
respond
lord,
first?
then we would like to, my lord.
I think that the government first must respond to that
Let
and
the
then we will
government,
respond.
fair enough. So that the government, then that will be the order. The petitioners will argue first, then the government will respond, and then all of you can then.
Correct. That will also make, if the government responds and we are supporting them, our arguments will be short then.
Yes,
Because why do we waste the court's time?
That's right.
Millets, there is one more issue. I'm sorry, Millets, I'm just, let's make this.
Supporting the validity
Millets,
affidavit.
there's one more issue, Millets. 6A is silent on the citizenship of the descendants of Millets, those people who had come prior to 71. So, Millets, I had filed an application, Millets, in this matter, in this lead matter. Millets, basically about Millets to determine the citizenship of the descendants, because we would argue that every person born in India will not include descendants of people who are illegal migrants. That would only include descendants of people who are citizens of India or who stayed legally, like refugees or.
All right, we'll consider that.
So that, no, I just wanted to tell you, Lordship, this,
All
that
flag-
application was, my lords, converted to a writ
Then
petition.
we can take.
Let us
301.
page
What
four
you-
of the-
Yes,
Let us kindly have a.
because that writ petition has been referred,
Want Samiran?
that's Deepak Kumar Nath. That is the-
Samiran, what do you want? An
Agree.
application or what? What do you want?
Millers, that issue can be framed.
That's part of it. We have already.
6A.
Part
That
of
is interpretation of section 3.
Actually, look at page 4 of the submissions that we have given to your lordships, and paragraph 5.
So that again depend upon what your lordship decides on 6A.
Their status, their entitlement.
Correct, because that's an issue that will arise, and
That would involve.
depending on how your lordships decide on 6A.
Right, because that's consequential.
That's the only thing, nothing.
All right, so we'll keep it now at this.
Yeah.
So that we'll today, I believe today we'll not be able to start this matter.
Yes.
We'll keep it some other day.
Yeah.
This is 501. So we have now formulated the issue. We'll just indicate the time schedule for hearing this matter a little later, once we know, what is following.
Yes,
some
and
of the
the
other
date and a
matters.
time schedule.
Yes, date and a time.
Deeply applied.
Also, you're right. So let's say that within what period will you file the compilations and the written submissions?
1 week.
Within a week or
2 weeks, my lords, 2 weeks.
the
My lord,
yes,
pursuant
the
to the
written-
earlier exercise, you have already submitted our written argument.
That's
It
what.
will have to be collated,
Okay,
paginated, etc.
the
May I
written
say, my
submission-
lord, may I make a small submission, my lord? My lord, when the matters were being heard at the earlier round, my lord, some of us had filed interventions, and those interventions were filed in the lead matter with Assam Public Works. My lord, now in this new categorization, our applications, because Assam Public Works is taken in the second category.
No, no, it will be the lead matter, but that's the order.
will be.
Assam Public Works is in the NRC category. I saw the categorization. Would your lordship, well, I don't want to take too much of a lordship's time. Would your lordship allow us to refile the application in any of these matters? Because, because ultimately it's only questions of law that we need to address. We'll only support these.
Need not be.
And not, we'll not take.
Refile your application, we'll hear you. I mean,
Yes.
and after the argument
all.
of the lead
Not
matters
file
are.
any more
Yes, madam.
petitions.
So that don't worry, we'll hear you.
My lord, my
We say
submission
that
is
the-
lordship will pass the order in 562, which is the lead.
The written submission.
Joint compilation, which is missing.
Submissions together with a joint compilation shall be filed within a period of 2 weeks.
But can it
Stop.
be 4 weeks? my lord?
No, no, that.
Everyone, my lord, there is a,
All. 4 weeks.
Will take.
because, my lord, there are,
All at 3 weeks. Karan. Only thing is that way, once the constitution bench gains momentum, then it's good that we then, sort of go on with this. So 3 weeks, let's do it.
You appoint some.
For the purpose of collating, for the purpose of preparing a common compilation of bracket 1, precedent, bracket 2, legislation, and bracket 3, documentary material, comma. Who are the two nodal counsel on your side?
Ms. Diksha Rai can be, my lord,
Ms. Diksha Rai, learned counsel, and
My friend, Mr. Manish Goswami, they can do the job
and
together.
Mr. Manish Goswami are nominated as nodal counsel.
We are already.
Stop. All the nodal counsel are requested to prepare the common compilation duly indexed and to circulate them to all the contesting, or to all the counsel appearing on behalf of the contesting parties, as well as to the court master for circulation to the judges, to the bench.
Fair enough.
Stop. This exercise shall be completed within a period of 3 weeks. We'll list it on exactly 3 weeks from today then. That will be, Nasima, what day? List on,
4 weeks from today, not 3, because we'll
it
then.
will be for hearing or for deciding?
I think then we can start hearing after 4 weeks.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
There's some few, my lord,
Seven.
Seventh February will start.
That's fine, that's fine.
7th
Yes,
February.
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll start on the 7th Feb, so at least. That is a basic
Yes.
issue.
But for the respondent, Fuzail UB was the counsel from our side, but his name should be added, that's all.
So there'll be 3 nodal council then.
Yes.
Can be.
So long as 3 of you are acting in concert and
Yes, yes,
you're preparing soft copies, that's okay. One of the 3 can do that really and circulate it.
But if your lordship can consider, and I leave it as it, the 3rd week of February. There are not few constitution benches, my lord, hereafter also.
Take it on 14th.
We'll keep it on the 14th of February.
Very well, very well. That's an auspicious day.
That's one? That's awesome. That's auspicious.
I'll offer a rose to my learned friend on 14th, my dear.
Yes, yes.
Deep-
But on 502, your lordship should remember, but I raised a preliminary issue, whether it should be referred to 7 judges or not.
Never Arabia.
On that, we filed our written submissions, they have filed the response last night, my lords. So your lordship may fix a day because everything is complete there.
That also is complete.
In
So-
fact, your lordship had indicated on the last day that your lordship should start with Navam Revia. If your lordships feel it doesn't need to be referred, your lordships will continue with the hearing.
Yeah, that's fine.
The other issue. That's what
I have no
your
problem.
indicated on the last.
Only be
When can we list it? Give us some date so that.
Well, as quickly as possible because the election
If
commission.
that is the other matter is on the 7th, my lords, that your lordships have.
No, 14, that's
Not the
14.
14th.
14. So after that.
No, earlier.
No, I have no difficulty. I see the convenience. of the-
My request is
Earlier is-
earlier because
The solicitor could it be after that?
Can be the week of 7th.
7th.
NCT is now opening today.
Yes,
So
yes.
NCT will go on this. week.
Yes.
So NCT will pretty much take the whole of the week of the 9th, now that yesterday's week that has started. So we can keep this either on the
Third
end
week,
of
fourth week of January.
third week of January, or
That's fine.
Can it go, my lord? As I requested, my lord, there are few constitution benches before that. Therefore, I requested not 7th but 14th in Assam. Can it be after 14th?
Well, there is a problem there. Well, the election commission proceedings are going.
Mr. Mehta.
Well, I don't want.
Mr. Mehta, as Mr. Sibbal has said, 14 is a very auspicious day. All of you should be at your home rather than here.
We should be, my lord.
Yes, I know. But sometimes they ask us to come here instead. Well,
That's the gift they expect from us, my lord.
do is we can start the Maharashtra, Hima. Maharashtra, we can start. We can start the Maharashtra matter on the 14th and take up the Assam matter immediately after the Maharashtra matter then.
Very well.
Very well.
That would be better, my lord.
That would be better. Because well, there is an urgency here.
So we keep Maharashtra first on the 14th.
All right.
And then followed by, that will be the Assam matter.
Correct.
immediately after that.
Yes.
Correct. We'll inform them.
Mr. Just inform your colleagues
Yeah,
that.
I'll convey, my lord, the council who came.
So the date is the same, except that Maharashtra will initially be taken up on the 14th.
Deeply.
In fact,
After Maharashtra gets
in fact, my colleague, my lord, who was opposing me in Assam, told me that 14th is his wedding anniversary, but he will have to come here. I said, no, he will be happy, my lord.
That's right.
Okay. So we keep it on the 14th and then 21st and then we continue with.
But we also have, at some point, and we had raised this, sorry, I was in the other constitution bench. To what extent is the matter still alive? And which are the issues your lordship should be addressing? Because, yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll have,
That's all right.
your lordship may have to start from there.
No, we're starting with the main issue, whether it should be 7 to 7 judges or not.
And whether that issue is purely academic or whether it's.
That matter will have to
Anyway,
be
if
argued.
we are pressing for a reference, we'll hear both sides of that. So that now is, so Maharashtra then 14th. We start
14th.
Maharashtra on the 14th.
Yes.
We'll hold it down so that we will organize our respective sitting lists accordingly. Some will be listed on the 14th, but to be taken up immediately after
After
Maharashtra
that,
gets.
correct. Thank you, obliged.
Now the next matter should,
501 and then
yes,
50.
up next matter.
Item 503.
Wait, please, your mind.
Grateful.